special presentation. And we find that many times we're talking about issues of crime or issues of not so positive things in this community. And so we wanted to highlight a very, very positive happening in this community. And Susan Breedlove is going to come forward and talk about this wonderful event.
Thank you, Ellen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm very happy to be a neighbor of the Valedictorian and her family of Patrick Henry High School. And they're so close a neighbor, it takes me less than 1 minute to get to their house. Okay, they live on 21st and Bryant. And the Valedictorian for Henry High this year is Miss Julie. Joua, would you stand, please? You're going to hear more information about Joua. But I sub at Patrick Henry and do a lot of volunteer work up there. And so I've had the occasion to know Joua for this last 4 years. I'd now like to recognize her parents, Tupa and Ka Zhang. Would you please stand? We're very, very proud of you, Mr. and Mrs. Lee, for the raising of your daughter, and also your welcoming at the house. And we have Ka Bang here that's going to do some interpreting. Whenever I go over to their home, they have many young people there. So their house is always filled with fine young people that are very active in really positive things in the community. Ka, you want to? So we want to thank you for your open door to the young people in our neighborhood. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, we have some people here that are going to tell you a little bit about Julie. And I guess we'll start with Tom Murray if you want to say a couple things. And Tom Murray is an assistant principal at Patrick Henry High.
Well, Susan said I could say a couple of things. I could probably spend a couple of hours talking about Julie, but I think I saw you have some other things on the agenda, so I will limit this to a couple of things. I think the most important thing I'd like you to know about Joua and her family is that whatever she sets her mind to, she becomes the best at. So she is Patrick Henry's, out of a graduating class of 300 students, our very best student. She was president of the National Honor Society. She has won spoken word competition. She got into that as a sophomore and became the very best spoken word artist in Minnesota. She is a wonderful athlete, and above all else, she is genuinely our very nicest, most loved student by the staff and by the students.
All right.
And I just want to tell you just a bit about Joua. I hope that she'll get a chance to say something about herself. But Joua plans to attend McAllister College. Once there, I am absolutely certain that she will study hard. She'll be the very best student there. And I know that she's going to come out of McAllister and come back and give back to the Hmong community and give back to the Northside community. And we're all so very grateful for you, Joua, and I congratulate you for all of your many successes.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Thank you. Do we have any other Henry High people that would like to say anything? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm John Huddle. I recently retired from Minneapolis. Normally I wouldn't speak at such a thing. Awards are so commonplace nowadays that they tend to be trivialized. But what people need to know about Joua, after my 30 years in Minneapolis, never met a finer student ever, and I've known hundreds of incredible kids in Minneapolis. Even more important than that is her valedictorian speech, which I highly recommend you get a copy of. Brian has promised me that you'll see it published someplace. For the first time in my 30 years, and other staff tell me probably for the first time ever in Minneapolis, she wrote a speech which included everyone. Normally at a graduation, we only hear about the students heading out to McAllister at the University of Minnesota. Joua didn't do that, and she included everyone. Every single parent heard something about their child. The kids going into the military, especially in these difficult times, kids going into the world of work, kids who are working for their families, all were included and all lives were equally valued. That doesn't happen nowadays, but Joua knew to do that. She did it with an eloquence I've rarely read. Her writing is definitely postdoctoral level already. So I strongly encourage that you see this. This is not a fluff event. This is the real deal. One of the finest young women that you will ever meet. I recommend when Brian gets the speech published, you'll all have access to it.
Thank you so much.